You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Drew Brees joining us right here after the game, and you know what? You've been through a lot in this first quarter of the season, but you've maintained that this team's been close. How big is this win for this football team?
It's huge because, unfortunately we've been in our 3 losses, we were on the other side of this scenario where, we had a chance to win at the end, whether it was, offense going down scoring, defense coming up with a big stop, maybe one more play on special teams. I mean, it was like we were one play away in each phase. And I think we communicated that. Guys, we're right there. We don't need wholesale changes here. We don't need to abandon everything that we're doing. But, we needed some validation as to what we've been doing, what we've been coaching, teaching, our routine. I mean, just, guys have been working so hard. Guys have been doing the right things, trying to be professionals, practicing the right way. I mean, all these things. And as young players, which we have on this team that are playing key roles, you just need, a little bit of success can just breed so much confidence for your team moving forward. So a win like this and the way in which we did it too. We drive down to kick a, very makeable field goal, right? And game could be over then, and everyone's thinking, hey, the game's won. Then that thing bounces off the left upright, and you immediately have to, boom, snap out of it. Like mental toughness, man, we still have to go win this game. So defense, get your mind right if you're the first one up. Offense, get your mind right if we're the first one up. Luckily, we get the ball right away, and 2 plays later, CJ Spiller, that's all I got to say, But it was, a great way to win, and it was funny, as that ball bounced off the left upright, I said, you know what, the Lord He wants us to win this game in a different way.
Right.
And, and then the minute we got the coin toss, I was like, all right, this is how he wants us to win it, let's go.
Before we talk about the game winner, let's talk about Zach Hocker. I saw after the game he gave you a big hug, and he said something to you. Tell me how that conversation was.
That look in his eye, like any young player, like, man, I feel like I let the team down. It's like, listen, man, you're going to make a lot bigger kicks than just attempting that one in the future, all right? So you are all good. We got you. And that's what a team's all about. Listen, we pick each other up, and he's going to have a lot more opportunities, and, man, I know he's going to come through for us. He's a great young kicker. He's going to continue to build confidence the more opportunities we give him.
So many first-year guys, so many rookies, and a few new faces like C.J. Spiller. I know last week Sean Payton wanted to get him more involved in the offense, but the game really didn't dictate that. Talk about not only the game-winning play, but I guess you foresee more of that in his future because he's such a weapon for you guys.
Well, I know this. I mean, if he gets behind the defense, forget about it. Nobody's catching him. He's fast on the field. So that was awesome. I mean, just, man, the way to win that game. Having to come back after the missed field goal. I mean, really just coming back in the fourth quarter to take the lead, and just kind of that back and forth nature a little bit towards the end, and then having to rally and come up with a big play. And the fact it went to CJ, a guy who we have been trying to incorporate into this offense and utilize his strengths and all those things. So, man, that was a great way to end it.
You don't enjoy the milestones, I know, unless you win, but that touchdown pass was your 400th. Yeah. A lot of milestones for you tonight. 5,000 completions. Only 2 other quarterbacks have done that in NFL history. Your 34th career game-winning drive. These numbers, I know you're going to sit with your kids down the road and enjoy this later, but tonight can you enjoy some of those numbers? Because it's pretty rare that quarterbacks have accomplished some of the numbers you've accomplished tonight.
I said this before. I mean, I'm so laser focused on what's ahead, next game, this season, just this moment. But, I mean, it's hard not to at least just recognize and be very thankful and grateful for the opportunity that I've had to be here, to be a part of all of this. And, these benchmarks and milestones, and hopefully there's many more that you just kind of continue to chip away at. But what it does is it just makes me even more thankful and grateful for what I've been given here in New Orleans with the Saints, and the great teams I've been able to play on, the great players I've had a chance to play with, the great friendships I've made in the process, and what it's meant for me and my family. And so hopefully there's many more of those, but certainly not going to take it for granted, but also, keep my eye on the prize and what's ahead.
You've been through a lot the last couple of weeks since the last home game. Of course, you were injured against the Bucs. You sat out against Carolina. We didn't know if you'd play until probably midweek last week. How was the shoulder holding up, and how do you see this game kind of building off that injury and moving forward?
It's good. I mean, here's the thing. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get stronger. So, I mean, it was fine today, and we'll continue to, move forward with it.
Last question I have. I think something I really noticed about the offense is something you did when this offense was at its best, is you involve a lot of guys. The Josh Hill drive, he was one of 6 guys who caught a pass on that drive. I mean, that's such a key in this offense to get so many people involved, and you guys did that tonight.
Yeah, it is. We got a lot of guys who, can make those plays, are very dependable, and you know that the ball can come to them at any moment. And listen, we're equal opportunity offense. You know, we're gonna throw it to the open guy. You know, we're not gonna force the ball to anybody. It's try to give everybody opportunities. You know, when the time's right, when they get the matchup.
All right, well, listen, thanks for your time. I know it's good to win at home and get your first win this season. We'll see you down the road.
No doubt. Thanks, Mike.
All right, Drew Brees here. What a win for the Saints and Drew Brees. We may have one more interview coming up, but we're going to get C.J. Spiller, they're telling me, and he's talking to in the locker room right now, but C.J. Spiller is going to come to us when he's done. For now, I'll toss it back to you guys.